I'm Ken Reimer, and I've attended Bridge for many years. And I'm going to tell you a story about my last 16 years. This story starts in 2005, October the 5th. And I went on the roof of our sunroom and sealed the leak. And when I came down, when I put my foot on the ladder slid away from the house, and I fell headfirst onto concrete. And the doctor didn't give me a chance to live. And I had 2 brain surgeries, and I had a lot of people praying for me, and God answered prayer, and I made it. And then a couple of years later, then from my accident, I had seizures, and as a result, I couldn't keep on teaching my program. And so we went to Thailand, and I taught there for a couple of years. And there, the pharmacist made a mistake and gave me the wrong prescription. And using it, my eye drops, I lost my eyesight totally. But managed to find a good surgeon in Bangkok, and she did the surgery, and now I have 8% vision. And when our term was over, we came back to Manitoba, and we moved to Winnipeg, and I was retired because of my eyesight. I also, from my accident, one thing that was people noticed was that I had no emotions. I couldn't laugh, and I couldn't fear anything. I wasn't afraid of anything, and also that I couldn't be upset or, have empathy for somebody who died and was very close to us. It didn't affect me at all. Another side effect from my accident is that I wasn't part of the world. I didn't feel that I belonged here. If the first time after getting out of the hospital, I was walking down Main Street in Steinbach, I didn't feel I belonged there. I wasn't part of the whole program or the whole life. And even now, I noticed that I can't get close to anybody. I've been in a carving session for a couple of years, and I still am not close to the people that I work with. And so I kept myself apart, or I had to keep myself apart, and there was like a wall, a clear wall in front of me, so the wall kind of kept me outside of the world, and I was always looking in. I was never totally part of what was happening. During the time, this last 16 years, I always prayed God that He would show me what He wanted me to do. And it's interesting, I only prayed a couple of times that He should take that wall away so that I could become part of the world. I didn't do it very often. I figured the Lord wanted me to be in that situation. So, and then on September 18th, I was at a wedding, and the bride and groom were saying their vows. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the vows, I felt something totally different. I felt free. I couldn't understand it, but I knew what it was, and I couldn't explain it to anybody. But I was free. I was not behind that wall anymore. I was part of the world. I was part of life. And what a difference it made. In fact, even some of my friends who hadn't seen me for a while, when they saw me, they saw something different about me. My eyes were twinkling, they were alive. And I also felt in everything that I was more alive, and I had emotions that I didn't have before. And I believe and I know that God did a miracle so that I could become part of daily activities. And I've been thinking of, why did God do that? What was His reasons to do it? And I've been thinking about that. And one is that I feel alive, and I'm always excited for each day. And I pray each day that I thank God for giving me the day. And also that I can get close to people now. And I also want to do more love, that I will do more activities and serve God in more different ways than before. Because I have the desire and I want to do that. And going back further, when we still lived in Thailand, when I lost my eyesight, Grace had a vision, and she asked God, "Why are you always picking on him?" And God said, his job isn't finished yet. And so that vision is in my mind all the time, and I think of that. And so I'm more willing and more energetic to get into things that I didn't do before, because I didn't think it was necessary for me to get involved. And so I feel more excited for love and for everything that happens, and also to get involved with relationships with people, so that I get close to them and that we can communicate and be able to visit and so on.